Hi, welcome to another episode of Maverick and Dempsey's Rundown. All right, we've been doing the movie review thing, but sports has been a little slow lately. Besides, NBA playoffs, and I've been too into that. Besides the Celtics, so we haven't really done a sports one. So I'm gonna have a lot of things right here to run down with sports. So I'm gonna get straight to it, not waste any time. We're gonna start with Canelo versus Dimitri Bivol. That happened a few weeks ago. Canelo finally was stopped in his trek to just hit every weight division he possibly can and win titles there. He finally ran into a roadblock named Dimitri Bivol, someone who I've shared some things with on Instagram before. I've been a fan of his for a couple of years now. He's following me on Instagram. He liked some pictures of me and my daughter and stuff like that. It was very cool. I followed him. I liked him, so I feel kind of a little kinship there with him, as both being dads. So and oddly following each other on Instagram, not so oddly. But anyway, so Dimitri Bivol, I was a fan. He wasn't somebody that came out of nowhere for me. I watched him before. He's a very scientific, very methodical boxer, very technical, and I knew Canelo was gonna have problems with him. I knew we weren't just gonna knock this guy out like he was nothing. And Canelo's team made a bad decision. They thought they were picking an easy one. They picked a difficult one, and Bivol just beat him every step of the way. I mean, out punched him, out fought him, out boxed him, out defensed him, out strategy, just everything. He just outdid him. And Canelo's going to have to think about what he wants to do next. I mean, there's talk about a rematch. I don't think that rematch is going to happen. I think Canelo's team is finally going to wise up and realize if you want easier pickings or cherry picking, not necessarily that's all he was doing, but there are specific people that he's avoided, and I think he's gonna avoid Dimitri Bivol. And he's already announced his next fight. His next fight is going to be against Triple G. They're finally going to do that, run that back, Gennady Golovkin. They're finally going to make it a trilogy. And I think that is Canelo saying, you know what, I went up as far as I could go, and I can't go any further. So let me go back to this other guy who I think I can beat at a lower weight and kind of cash in again and prove my dominance and get it while the getting's good before Triple G's just done with the sport, before he retires. Now, what can Triple G do now that he's 40 years old and he has shown some decline? He even showed decline. He's shown decline in his last few fights, but he showed decline in his second fight with Canelo. It wasn't as close or competitive as the first one was, and that's why Canelo escaped with the decision in that one. Whether he deserved that decision or whether it should have been another draw or should have gone Triple G's way, that's a debate we can all have. But it definitely wasn't as strong a Triple G as we had in the first fight. So that's gonna be interesting. Now, who's gonna take this fight? Honestly, I'm pulling for Triple G. I want to see him even it up and get a fourth match out of this. I would love to see that happen. But like I said, he showed decline from the first fight to the second fight. You would naturally think he's going to show decline from the second fight to the third fight. So I don't know. So we don't know what Triple G has left. We're going to find out, though, in a few months. All right. So last night we had Tank versus Rolly. And I mean, nothing really to say here. Tank was the favorite. Tank should have been the favorite. Tank blasted him out in the sixth round. So, good job, Tank. Rolly wants a rematch. That's ridiculous. You got knocked out. He's like, I was winning until I got knocked out. I hate that argument. I always hate it when they do that. I was winning the fight until I got knocked out. Well, you didn't win the fight. Like, you might have had a lead on scorecards, but scorecards doesn't matter at all when you get dropped like that and you get blasted out. So, I mean, you're done. You're done. You're done. And I think your time as a main event is out the window now because I don't think you really showed anything that people want to keep forking over money to buy, man. You got beat in the sixth round, dude. Come on. All right. So what else we got? We got some NBA news. I'm not a big guy in the NBA playoffs, but like I said, I love the Celtics. I got Celtics and Warriors, two teams that I really like. I don't like Steve Kerr as the coach of the Warriors, but that's different. That's political reasons. But I love Curry. I've always loved Curry, and I love the Celtics. So I'd love to see that match up. And we know Warriors are already in there. We're gonna find out who wins between Celtics and the Heat tonight. I'm going with the Celtics, of course. I'm picking them as my favorite and as the favorite to win the game. All right, I think Tatum and Brown and that amazing bench is going to come alive. All the secondary players on the team are going to step up like they're the first string. And that's the thing. They have that deep bench. You never know what guy's going to step up from the Celtics. I think they're going to take the Heat, and I think they present a better challenge to the Warriors. I think it's going to be a hell of an NBA final actually, and I'm going to be glued to the TV. Unless the Heat wins, then I'll just kind of flick it on every now and then. All right, so some NFL news. All right, NFL commentary news. All right, Brees is out. Brees is out at NBC. He's out at commentary. We don't know what Brees is going to do. I also don't like Drew Brees kind of teasing Saints fans or football fans, period, with talks of a comeback, because I don't think that's likely to happen. I don't think he's gonna make a comeback, and then I just wonder why he would do that. And I don't know. I've always loved Brees. I've always been a big fan of Brees. I've bought like 3 or 4 of his jerseys, so I'm a huge fan of his. But I don't know what was the point of tweeting out that I might come back to football if you're not intending to do it. And if you are, and just I don't understand what that was. I think this was a guy. I think this was a guy that got knocked down. I think he got the air taken out of him a little bit. And I think he felt bad that he failed at something. He was a great quarterback and did some great things there. It didn't get the ending that he wanted, so maybe there is something to him wanting to come back and end it on his terms. But I mean, you got a guy who's had a great career. He's a stellar human being as well, but he went out a bad way in football with no fans and a loss to Tom Brady in the playoffs. And now he goes out in commentary with NBC not wanting to renew it. You tried your hand at commentary and it just didn't work. You were a studio guy and you didn't like that, and we could tell you didn't like that. And then you did the commentary for the Notre Dame games, and they gave you a shot in the NFL, doing an NFL game, and it just didn't go well. So I mean, you failed in his mind. I'm not saying he's a failure that he failed, but in his mind, he probably sees it as a failure, that last game of the NFL season that he played, and now you see it as a failure in your commentary. So I don't know. I think he's struggling. I think that's what he was doing. I think he was thinking out loud, and you don't do that. Don't tweet or post on Instagram or Facebook or anything like that thinking out loud. I think that was his mistake. He's like, maybe I'll do this, maybe I'll do that. You got to sit down. You got to sit down with your family. You got to sit down with whoever you find, your friends, whoever you go to, whoever that person is in your life that you need to talk to. You need to talk to them, and you need to really find out what you need to do before you start just throwing stuff out there into the social media world. All right. Before you do that, you got to figure out what you're supposed to do. All right. Figure that out on your own, Breeze. All right. We're all rooting for you. All right. Tom Brady. Tom Brady's going into commentary. You know what? I think this is going to be another thing that he's going to conquer. He's taking on the fashion world right now and the sports apparel world. He's already conquered the football world. Brady in Tampa is a different Brady. This isn't the same guy that was in New England. This isn't the buttoned up, keep his mouth shut, only say what he's supposed to say. This is a guy that's been having fun, and you're hearing more and more of that come out. You're going to hear more and more of that, more of that come out when he does the next annual match where he teams up with Aaron Rodgers in golf to take on Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. And you're hearing that trash talking, that fun, that enjoyable Brady come out. And I think that's what's going to come out when he does commentary, when he becomes the new Fox play-by-play commentary guy. I think that's what's going to come out. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun. I think it's going to be good. And I think it's just going to be another thing that he conquers. All right. Let's see. Anything else going on? Pro wrestling world. Naomi and Sasha walked out. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Is it a work? I don't know. I think too much is going on there to think it's a work. AEW, CM Punk is going for the title tonight against a Cowboy. I hate the Cowboy. And I hope he takes it. I think AEW needs a real champion now. They had one with Omega, and ever since the Cowboy, and obviously I don't respect him, so I'm calling him that. I think he's boring. I don't think he's good, and I hope Punk takes that title and takes it to a new level because I'm rooting for him. And anything else really going on there? Not really. I think that's it. My co-host didn't pop in for this one. I think she'll pop in for the next one for the movie review, hopefully. All right. I guess that's it for Maverick and not Dempsey, today's rundown. All right. Peace.